My name's Joe, and today we're going to gloss a radiator. We've already put the primer, so now we're going to put a gloss on it. It's an enamel white gloss. It's quick drying, dries in 30 minutes, an hour. So let's give this a crack. Apparently it's a real low smelling one. I haven't used this one before, but apparently it's a real good one, so we're going to give it a crack and see what it looks like. Right, I'm terrible because I open stuff with screwdrivers and stir it with screwdrivers. If it wasn't for the video, I'd be using something more practical. And if you ever work on a building site, if anyone's young watching this, probably best you don't do this, particularly if you're using someone else's screwdriver. It's probably the number one fight on a building site I have seen is over tools. People borrowing people's screwdrivers, even if they're in the same room, and they'll come back and it's like, what are you doing? And I've seen people punch people over them taking their screwdrivers, literally just borrowing it for 20 seconds. You really should ask. And that is pretty, I'd say number two is also 10 times louder or something. Even in the same room borrowing it, they're mad over that stuff. Number three, I would also say, is not ventilating an area. We used to do a lot of labour when I was about 16, 17. And if people on the building site don't know, it's usually you have a what's it called, bottle of water, you squirt it down to keep the dust down. But on hot summer days, some people don't do it, they just brush any old rocks and sawdust and all that stuff. That causes a lot of friction. I'm not gonna lie, as a kid, I had a wall like this, a clay wall. I was given a saw. I didn't realise that it meant to have a hoover plugged into it, so the wall was kind of a clay red. I cut it all the way down. The whole place looked like Mars, how our psyches think Mars looks like. It was like the red planet. The whole building site got shut down for like half an hour. And everyone wanted my blood because of that. Luckily, I kind of looked the part. I was more than 6 feet then. And I had a shaved head, and I was quite built, so otherwise I would have got a good bashing, I think. So always be careful about tools and stuff like that. Don't take other people's stuff. Big no-no. It's funny, very toxic environment, the building site. I'm not sure, I haven't really worked on many building sites. These days I mainly do houses and offices, which are so much nicer. You talk about toxic places, building site really was the place. Right, radiator's already been cleaned and primed. There was a previous video, so if you want to have a watch of that. That was just a priming of this. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this gloss in over. So obviously we're always going to start from top. This paint, I'm going to say it's a little bit runny, this paint. Don't put lots of it on your brush and that, this one. You know what, you can get some of them kind of thick glosses. This is quite thin. I can already tell this is going to need 2 coats of this stuff. But the good thing is, it doesn't have a horrible smell to it, which is a big bonus. There's nothing worse than some glosses that you can still smell for days. I'm not sure if people still use the old, do you remember cutting onions and leaving onions in the room to take away the paint smells? That used to be a thing, but I'm not sure if it's still a thing now. Yeah, it's quite light, this paint. It's quite see-through. I mean, if it wasn't for the primer being such a good primer, which was a Johnson's undercoat primer, it was a professional undercoat, you'd be struggling with this stuff. So it's very light. There's going to be a 2-coat of this one. Again, with it being 2 coats, just be mindful, we don't want drips. That's number one. When you're glossing, no drips. You're doing a proper job. So always just start to keep working down. Cross and down, I was fine. Can't go wrong with that. Anyway, these kind of jobs, it's a lot about waiting for drying when you paint radiators. You can probably paint them, you get it done in about most people get it done in a good half an hour, even if you're not used to painting and stuff like that. And again, remember, if you're going to do a bit of DIY or whatever, give yourself that bit of time. Don't rush it. Do a proper job on it. And be sure ass, when you're doing it for someone else, make it look good. Don't rubbish your name by doing something quick and rubbish, you know. Have a bit of pride in what you do, you know. Plus you learn stuff as well. It's good for your brain to learn new stuff or whatever. I know it's not sometimes the most exciting, but these days you've got podcasts and music and all that stuff to listen to, you know. It is one of the only problems about quickly videotaping how to paint stuff is you can't really put any music on. You just feel like a lunatic talking to yourself. Alright, so we're just going to go along. I think you might need 2 coats, we'll see what it looks like. So as you can see, just want to give it nice good strokes down here. What we're going to try to do, we don't want to leave any markings, so come down, just kind of sweep into them, sweep across it. Again, you want to watch out and then those little kind of bits where the paint can stick, you know, little crevices and stuff like that. If you see them, that's where the drips will end up looking. And then when you come back next day, you think, oh, it just makes it look horrible, you know. Just be mindful. Remember, don't rush it. Don't rush anything when you're painting it. But the paint itself, again, it's this Rustins. It's a nice, decent paint. It's not too runny. It doesn't drip everywhere. Down here again. See that? If you see that, some of them bits. That's where the paint tries to conjugate and cause drips just all round. Makes your painting look amateur. Do you know, it's actually drying not too bad now. It looked a little watery at the start, but it's getting in there. It's coming on. Yeah, I mean, people don't paint a lot of radiators. If you see people, I just think a lot of people don't realise you can actually paint your radiator and stuff. You really should paint your radiator. A lot of generally you'll see someone, they'll paint the room and all that, and you think, oh, the room looks really good, and they think, oh, they've forgotten the radiator. And sometimes you don't want to say that either, you know. You don't want to bring people down, you want to bring people up, don't you? So you know, sometimes it's one of them ones. Just got to think about the other stuff in the room. People always paint the room and then they think, oh, I forgot about the radiator. They're simple to paint as well, they're really easy. Like I said though, it's end of winter now. I'm not end of winter, it's the start of autumn soon. So get it done now, because you're going to want the radiators on, and you can't let them dry when they're heated. They'll crack, the paint, it's not worth it. They need to be cold when they're drying and stuff. So the best time is last kind of really couple of weeks to get painting. Got a weekend, do it on the weekend I think. Pubs are getting so expensive now anyway. This painting is now the price of a pint in London. It's about £9 this paint. And that is the price of a pint in this country. That is lunacy for you. What are we living in? Right, and then we're going to get underneath here as well. We want it all, and we'll come and we'll do it. So what you're going to do, after you've more or less put the whole coat on, you don't need to put any more paint on the brush. Just go along it. Smooth out all the drips and stuff. If you've got any drips, that's what you want to do. Just think the camera gives it the justice. It is, it's because the walls are a bit, they're kind of sunshiny yellow. It's kind of giving it. It's actually, it looks really nice actually. And again, like I said, with these things, if they haven't already been painted, like the top bit on that's got obviously some horrible grey paint on it. But with the brass, don't paint it, just paint around it. Obviously this bit's already been painted, just paint on that, but other things haven't been painted. Always leave the original. You never know, you know. If you sell up, if you own property, or just in general. Right, like I said, because I've got the first coat on it, and it says a half hour, but I always think, you know, you want to give it an hour. So you've got a paintbrush, but the thing is, you don't want to put this in the sink and wash it or something, particularly the amount of mess it causes. So the best thing to do, get a Sainsbury's carrier bag, Tesco, Lidl, whatever others. The thing is, these Tesco ones, they're good because they're lighter. Then you just want to wrap it in it. Just wrap it in it, stick the paint to it so it's stuck. You want to just get all the air out of it, and then come back to it and it'll be fine in an hour. It won't be dry and it'll be nice and loose still for you to get on with your second coat. It's the best thing to do. Yeah, we just want to remove some of this old crud off the paint as well. Just get a little scraper like that. It's always nice when someone leaves you some old paint scrapings. Yeah, you just want to get all sorts of, yeah, you don't want to make a nice painting job. You've got a load of old paint hanging around. Don't have to use my old analogy. A pair of dirty old shoes with a nice outfit, do you? Yeah, so what you do is just get in there, scrape all that crap out really. So yeah, what you do is scrape all that out, getting all the little nooks and crannies. Just clean it up, that's what you want to do. Is the paint you want to go for. I think this wouldn't look as of quality without it. But again, that can be the way with paint sometimes. You know, people don't give the undercoat a lot of the. Don't give it a lot of thought when they're painting stuff. No one thinks about it. I'm gonna have to get a nice good undercoat and stuff. Look for some cheap one, or maybe the shop's own brand, you know. I'm not saying that all of them are bad. Unless you know of it, probably best to go for one you know or something. Like I said, the Johnson's undercoat's a good one. Let's write that in there. So yeah, you have lots of people just wanting to come around yours now just to use your toilet. Just think, eh? Remember, get any alcohols like the big party you're going to host on the weekend. You don't want no drips there, okay? So get in there, do the job proper. happy with it. That's a minute, Adam. Paint is good. It's loose. This Harris brush. So get them as well. If you're going to paint, get a nice Harris brush. What do you want? Let's get this job sorted. And then this radiator, not only will it be piping hot, while looking good, you know what I'm saying? This radiator will be glowing like Goldilocks after she eating her porridge. Make sure you get everything done. Remember, little strip underneath. This is where the horrible little bits of rust are. These are probably the worst bits of the radiator. So I'll make sure we get them done. There we go. Just get it down here. Remember, looking out for the drips. Drips will always conjugate at the bottom. Like spice heads. Right, let's finish article, practical, one of your own, you know what I'm saying? Then you just want to do a little bit at the bottom, these bits here, the pillars of the community. Alright, let it dry, we see how it comes off. So that is the finished article. It's looking good. Let's have a quick look. So that is the gloss on it. That's the main thing you should want. You don't want any drips. But as you can see up here, it's a nice gloss. It's a light gloss, you know. It's not one of those. Sometimes you get a gloss that just looks a little thick, but it looks thick and cheap, if you know what I'm saying. I could make a joke, but I'm not gonna. You know what I mean, like? So yeah. There you go, that is how you gloss a radiator. Right, undercoat might have took a little while. You probably get away with doing it in a day. But that's all, you're all ready now for winter. Party season, Christmas, people around the house, whatever. Get it done.